Yeah, this video right here is going to pertain to stratagems, but this is the stratagems that basically you could say that are used against us. Uh, it comes from the Art of War school of thought that in the War Chronicles, but it's basically it's called the five flags, and that's I think it's called an anagram where each letter represents a word. You know what I'm saying? So flags is an anagram, and the first F stands for stands for fear, and it's like any human being. Basically, their personality type should make them dominantly under one of these five characteristics. So the first one, fear. If a man is fearful, it's easy to lead them into a trap. You know what I'm saying? For instance, you can use their fear, you can intimidate them, lead them somewhere to where, by making them flee, that you can make them flee into a trap. You know, so fear is it's a double-edged sword. There's a good sort of fear. Does it not say in the Bible that the fear of God is the beginning of understanding? Then but then you got the unhealthy fear. You know what I'm saying? Like fear of losing your worldly possessions. So it makes you connive. You know, there's a example. And then or it's like let me think. Oh yeah, bravery. That's how you combat fear. It's like what this guy in jail, his name was the hacker, and he was like an army or a military air force super trained guy that he was like a hacker that was they supposedly he stole millions of dollars on the internet, and that's what he was in jail for. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy, but he told me this. He goes, "You know what the definition of bravery is?" And I was like, not being afraid." And he's like, "No." He's like, it's doing what is right in the face of fear. You know what I'm saying? In the presence of fear, you do what is right. So it's like caution. Caution comes from a healthy fear. Paranoia comes from an unhealthy fear. You know what I'm saying? So fear, F. Next one, L, lust. It says, if a man is lustful, parade little boys and little girls in front of him. That's what it says, little boys, little girls. Because if you look in ancient history, a lot of men had a serious problem with child molesting. And, or either that, just being horny with women. I mean, you see some emperors in China had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of concubines. I mean, that's a very, and I think, what was that guy's name? Attila the Hun. One of his wives he took from another tribe ended up poisoning him in the night. I mean, these are one of the ways that lust can kill you. You know what I'm saying? And your enemies can utilize that to either keep you busy, messing with, whatever your preference is. It doesn't matter as long as it's a, you know what I'm saying? It's a way to get people. And in this present day, man, I mean, that's your Jezebelian spirit, and it's everywhere on the internet, man. And it's like, it's in our nature to be fruitful and multiply. So, I mean, they take that desire and curb it towards another usage that is good for their agendas these days. Like, I think Huxley basically said that all births of the future and after the final revolution, the government will like clone people from a matrix womb, artificial womb type situation. So right now they're using this in this gay pride agenda. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it's been so normalized that it's hard to recognize it, and by the time you recognize how bad it is, you know what I'm saying? It's deep. It's upside down. You know. So, and I mean, you see also how do all these why are all these people so subservient to the liars and to the agenda? Well, it's probably because they're blackmailed because they had sex with a boy or a underage girl, and these people say unless you pass these laws we tell you to, we will release this information to the public and to your wife. And people shut the fuck up because of that. That's how lust is used against people. I mean, you know, you can see it. I mean, even Obama. Look, a bunch of like all these supposed gay lovers of his disappeared right around the time that right after he got into office. You know what I'm saying? Like they call him bathhouse Barry. You know what I'm saying? So listen, it'd be one thing if a straight man was saying gay equality, because this isn't gay equality. This is gay superiority under the way that it's almost like, you know how the Environmental and Protection Agency is supposed to protect endangered species. They act like gay is an endangered species or something. It's not. And it's the thing. Listen, you're saying in order for them to get their rights, you have to infringe on our religious freedom. Listen, if you want to do what you want to do, go do what you do. Leave us alone about it. You know what I'm saying? Don't impose your beliefs on me. I can't impose mine on you. It's not that, listen, I mean, just that's all you really need to say about that. All right, the next one is A. That's anger. If a person is angry, it's easy to you say something to them, get them angry, and then you make them act a fool in public, or they expose themselves that they're angry, and when everyone sees that, they see it. It's a weakness. So basically, one way is to make, like Musashi would make people angry all the time, like by disrespecting their honor, because he'd say, "Oh yeah, meet me at 5 a.m," and then he would show up at 6, and the person would be like, "Why you dishonor me?" So then they'd fight angry, and he would win. He'd take advantage of that. So just like the other day, there's all these things I forgot about for some reason, and for a moment, and now all of a sudden I'm remembering them, and I'm like, holy shit! All these things are being used on me now, and every day, every single one of these things, someone's trying to find a way in to influence behavior, to slow down one thing and speed up another, speed up destruction, slow down the good, I guess. So, another way you can make people angry is you just you do something. Like, here's the thing, like, you got moral relativists versus moralists. Well, a moral relativist will do things that a moralist wouldn't. So, without no feeling of remorse about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people feel bad when they lie. Some people rationalize it in their mind to where it's not a lie at all, but yet it's still a lie, but they rationalize it. You see the difference here. You know what I'm saying? How the moral relativist has a wider range of things he can do to influence another, because there is no sin that is off out of his bag of tricks. All right, so next one would be the G, greed. In the same way that they can blackmail people with little boys and little girls, they can also bribe. And after you take a couple bribes, you know what I'm saying? It says, what does it say? If a man is greedy, wave furs and silks and gold and diamonds in front of him, and make him entice him You know what I'm saying? Into taking the bait. And they do this. The mafia does this. They've been doing that forever. You know what I'm saying? And other it's the same schematic. You get people in bondage by taking advantage of one of the of something, and then holding it over their head like we're gonna tell everyone this. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, the people who took the bait are really victims to someone else's agenda. You know what I'm saying? But they, I mean, that's why you gotta be as steadfast as you possibly can be, and limit as much influence they can get on you. So you cut as many strings as you can. I mean, listen, the puppeteer might have a string on you, but listen, if you can cut off a few, you know what I'm saying, it gives you a chance. You know what I'm saying, to resist. You know, so and then the last one is sympathy. You know what I'm saying? So basically, what sympathy means is like if a person who has integrity, you slander them, and they will go and they will just stand up, man. They will just go way out of their way to try to to change your opinion or whatever. But if it was just a lie in the beginning, anyway, it you get them off their you get them acting they're busy fighting a ghost, basically, and it keeps them bogged down. Or for instance, it's like on the movie The Book of Eli, a perfect example of sympathy uh, as one of the five flags was where the woman was standing there with the cart, and the cart was knocked over, and it looked like she needed help. Oh, I need help. Will you please help me? And then he's like, he walks up to her, and he's like, and then he starts backing off into the dark because he could smell there was an ambush. There's how sympathy gets you. That's like in Vietnam what they do. They strap bombs to little kids, and a satchel charged to a little kid and made it go towards the soldiers because soldiers don't want to shoot kids. At least they didn't back then. You know what I'm saying? So it's using the sympathy against. I mean, that is a drastic, desperate, horrible, evil, satanic measure. But I mean, that's when you look at your fierce radicalism. Uh, the Muslims do it. The Japanese did it with their kamikazes. Uh, uh, well, I mean, I can't remember what other one I was going to say there, but it's like the other day, like I was saying, man, I was like, man, I can't. The moment you're angry, you can't. You're not thinking straight. You're bogged down. You know what I'm saying? If you're busy, if you're sidetracked chasing hoes, you know what I'm saying? And that even says that. It's like hoes will keep you busy in just doing things of this world, so you won't really be able to pay attention to all these things going around. And it's true. It's just and then who ain't greedy? You know what I'm saying? I mean, give me money and I'll go out and I'll probably prove that everyone is I could prove that greed, like most everyone, is greedy. You know what I'm saying? So they're all susceptible to blackmail. Uh, you know, that I mean, fearful. Everyone's scared of something. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, here's the thing: you got to just make that fear be of the right things. Fear not the one who can kill the body, but both the body and the soul with hell and death. You know what I'm saying? There's the big flip on that. So fear is there. You know what I'm saying? Lust isn't necessarily there, but it can be enticed. You know what I'm saying? Anger can be brought about. All you have to do is just do something so bad that someone's going to get mad. Greed, you know what I'm saying? Just money, free money. People take the bait. Sympathy. plead a cause that's not true.